Last year I made a video on how to use a foam cannon and you guys loved it. Today it has over 180,000 views and is currently YouTube's most watched video on how to use a foam cannon, thanks to you guys. Today's video is going to be a supercharged version of the original. You're going to learn how to get the best wash with the most foam using the most premium products on the market today. Make sure you stick around because I got 4 huge pro tips that are going to make your car the best looking vehicle on the road. Let's get into it. All right, there are going to be 2 different kinds of soap for your foam cannon I'm going to recommend to you guys. The first one is Mr. Pink, and I'm recommending 2 different kinds because it really depends on what kind of day it is. Mr. Pink is designed to be used in a sunny day in direct sunlight. This is great because it doesn't hold you back on when you can do your car. My next recommendation is going to be the Honeydew Snow Foam. Now what's a little better about this compared to the Mr. Pink is it foams up really nice. So you're gonna get a little more foam out of this one, but the con is you do have to do it in a non-sunny day, like not in direct sunlight. You're better off doing it like at dusk. But this definitely foams up better. Both great, super premium washes though. And for the foam cannon I'm going to be using today, it's going to be the Torque Foam Cannon by Chemical Guys. This comes with their all-in-one arsenal pack. Can't wash your car without a wash bucket, right? There's really nothing special about this Chemical Guys bucket, I'm not going to lie. But what is special is what comes with it. This is the Chemical Guys, I don't even know what this is called, I guess. Oh, it's the Grit Guard, I think is what they call it. But it's basically just a guard that filters out big particles. And the idea is when you dip your wash mitt into this to kind of clean it off, all the big grit is going to get stuck at the bottom and not come back up into the mitt. Now this may sound a little gimmicky, but I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference, especially after a car wash, when you look at the bottom of this thing and you see what you potentially could have put back into the mitt and put into the paint. This is a must-have if you're serious about not getting swirls on your vehicle. Next is going to be a nice wash mitt. Now I have 2 versions here and they almost look identical. But I'm going to tell you, there is a little bit of a difference. So the Chemical Guys one, it's going to be a little more premium, but it's going to be more money. This is just an Amazon, I think it's Amazon Basics. I'll put a link to both of these, but the only thing that I've found is the inside of these cheaper ones, it starts to flake away a little bit and pull. The Chemical Guys, the inside is just a little more premium. It's a little stiffer. I think it would probably last a little longer. It's not as likely to kind of like flake and break off. But you know, there is a price difference between the 2. They're both good. I've used both of them. Link in the description if you guys are interested. Now the purpose of a wash mitt, if you haven't used one before, when you dunk this in water, it just gets saturated with water. I mean, it's heavy. It keeps a bunch of water. And the purpose of this and the design of it is all of the big pieces of dirt and nastiness kind of get stuck inside the mitt, so you're not making any kind of swirl marks. The water kind of just gets held in these really soft little fingers, and all the nasty grit that could scratch your car is going to get trapped on the inside. And then arguably, maybe the most important thing here is a quality pressure washer. This one is the Sunjo. I'm obsessed with this pressure washer. It's lasted me years. It makes really great foam on the foam cannon, and it's just all around a great pressure washer. It's very inexpensive. I'll put a link in the description. I want to say last time I checked it was like 140. It might be a little higher or lower depending on, you know, the market and everything, but really high quality pressure washer, and it throws great foam. All right, so originally I was going to use the Snow Foam Honeydew by Chemical Guys because it was kind of an overcast day, but the sun is really out now and we're getting a lot of direct sun, so I'm going to use the Mr. Pink. That's what it was designed to do, and plus it smells absolutely amazing. This smells like a cotton candy mix. It's just, oh my gosh, it never gets old. It really smells amazing. This is the best smelling soap by far I've ever used. So we're gonna use the Mr. Pink today. So pro tip number 1, you are gonna fill your Chemical Guys or whatever you have, whatever foam cannon you wanna use, with hot water. Don't fill this with cool water, and also don't add the soap first. I see a lot of videos where guys are adding the soap first. The problem with that is when you pour the water in, you're gonna get this much suds because it's gonna hit the bottom, it's all gonna suds up, and then you're gonna have your foam not mixed properly. So fill it with hot to warm water. I'm filling it about to the top of this little logo here, and then you're gonna add the foam, and that will ensure that everything mixes perfectly. All right, you're just gonna give your foam, whatever foam you're gonna use, either your Mr. Pink or your Honeydew, a nice little mix. And you're gonna add 2 ounces. I'm not super technical about this. I just kind of know what the color I'm looking for is. That's probably good. So I added probably closer to 5 ounces, but that's kind of the color I want. I haven't mixed it at all. This all just dissolved nicely inside of the Chemical Guys foam cannon. Screw on your top here. So these foam cannons, they pretty much operate the same way. This right here is going to adjust how much liquid is actually being used and thrown out of the cannon. So if you have this wide open, you're going to use a lot of this liquid very quickly. This feature right here, if you have it fully closed or it's barely open here, you're going to have a really wide stream, whereas you open it up, you're going to have more of a dense, narrow stream. But you guys will see this in a second when I demo it. All right, so let's get our Sun-Joe hooked up to some water and plug it in. Just gonna hit it with the pressure washer real quick. This is gonna knock off any big debris, dirt. Just gonna give it a quick once over. All right, let's start foaming. I'm gonna use the less expensive foam cannon. I'm gonna just shoot 1 base layer. I haven't changed this, I haven't altered it at all. And this is gonna tie into my pro tip number 2, and that's how to make any foam cannon perform like a very high-end premium foam cannon. Let's get started, and I'll get to my point here in a second. Let's go. All right, so that's not bad, right? It looks decent, but it is a little watery. It's not that like thick foam that you see on TikTok or Instagram that everybody shows off. Pretty good, but I'm gonna show you how to make it better. We have our less expensive foam cannon here. We're gonna unscrew the top. Put this to the side. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start by unscrewing this little piece right here. Get a little wrench. And if you look down here, this is the secret. We're gonna switch this out for a 1.1 millimeter orifice. I'll put a link in the description. Just wait till you see the difference this makes. All right, let's remove this old one here. Just get a flathead screwdriver. This is the old one. And this is the new one. Go ahead and just drop it in. You don't have to smoke this down. Just make sure it's tight. And we'll put this back in. Reattach. And let's see the difference. Now that's that thick foam. Big, big difference using that 1.1 millimeter. And it's gonna stay on the truck a lot longer. It's gonna slowly bring all of that dirt and grime down, which is the whole point of a foam cannon. So I just wanted to show you that quick little hack. If you already have an inexpensive foam cannon, you can really improve the foam just with that one little, I think it's like $7. I'll put a link in the description. That little $7 1.1 millimeter orifice can make a huge difference. But pretend I didn't do any of that. We're starting fresh. The first step to foam cannoning, I think that's right, I don't know. The first step to using a foam cannon on your car is just to hit it. One time, front, back, up, down, all over. Just hit it with that foam, and the purpose of this is the foam is gonna pull all of the grime to the bottom. We're not gonna wash it off, we're just gonna hit it, let the foam drag all the dirt and debris to the bottom. That's step number one. All right, so now it's time to get hands-on. We let the foam do its thing. It dragged all the nasty dirt and debris off of the truck without having to touch anything. Now it's time to get a little hands-on. We're gonna put our wash mitt on. We're gonna spray one side with some soap, and that's gonna be the only soap we need to use to wash the whole side of the car. Now that we're in the shade a little bit and the weather's changed, I'm not afraid to use the honeydew foam, so you guys can kind of see how that looks. I like to start at the top with one side. And I just want to say, some of the stuff that I'm doing today, there's a couple little things that I changed up because of you guys, because of some things that I heard in the comments that I thought were awesome ideas. So if you guys think I should have done something different, let me know. To break it up from top to bottom because you're going to get more debris and nastiness down here. So I like to make sure that I give it a good dunk before I do the bottom and before I move on to a different part. All right, now that we've physically washed with the foam mitt all four sides, we're gonna give it a final rinse down. All right, pro tip number 3, the DeWalt 20 volt max. I'll put a link in the description to this. This will get the car dry in like half the time. There's actually a newer version of this online. I think they're almost the same price, but this is really nice. It just cuts the dry time in half. the whipped cream, and the cherry on top, baby. Pro tip number 4. This is probably my favorite Chemical Guys product. This is called Speed Wipe by Chemical Guys, and then Silk Shine Protectant, or VRP. These two are amazing. It's the 1-2 punch that's guaranteed to make your vehicle absolutely pop on the road. All right, this stuff is gonna kind of finish up the drying process and remove any kind of like remaining water spots or whatever you may have. Just do a little bit. And a little goes a long way, and oh my God, this stuff smells so amazing. It's like a really strong cherry scent to it, but I mean, just look at that one little area that I did. It's really incredible. Like, I'm not just hyping this up. I swear this stuff is unbelievable. The shine that it gets is like so nuts. And it really brings out that metallic gray. I mean, it really is a mirror finish. Look at that. All right, now my second favorite product is Chemical Guys Silk Shine Protectant, or VRP, kind of the same thing. You can go on all your trim pieces. I use it on my trim pieces, the bed cover, and the tires. So pay attention, these tires are not great looking. I didn't actually even wash them. I just kind of hit them with the foam. This tonneau cover is at least 2 or 3 years old, I forget. But you can see there, you can see the lines. It's not great looking, and I really want to get that black, nice look. You can also see right here, this looks kind of old and dull. We're gonna brighten that up really nice with the Silk Shine.
I hit recorded, drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, vintage frames on my face, looking like I'm from the D. D's no Cartier.
Sheesh, that looks good.
Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my...
Let's keep the party going, shall we? Click on these next for more content. I think you'll like them. See you next time, guys.
And the doors go up like